guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a quick updated how I fill in my eyebrows. I've gotten tons of questions on how I make my eyebrows look so perfect. I honestly don't think they're perfect. I definitely have my struggles some days, but I've learned how to work with what I have. So I wanted to show you some tips and tricks, I guess, on how I get my eyebrows to be thick, because they are not naturally this thick. So I am going to share with you what I use to fill in my eyebrows. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you did. And let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I like to do before I start doing anything to my brows is I like to comb through them with just a little wand. This is by the brand e.l.f. and this was only $1. So I like to run through my eyebrows and just make sure that I don't have any like crazy hairs going on or anything like that. Then what I like to do is I like to take my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and I use the color Ebony because I have black hair. Rule of thumb is that if you have dark hair, you want to go 1 to 2 shades lighter with your eyebrows. Or if you have lighter hair, you want to go 1 to 2 shades darker on your eyebrows. And then I'll take a little, I think this was an eyeliner brush, but I just use it to shape my eyebrows. And I like to take just a little bit of my products and I turn my brush sideways like that. And then I'll just remove any extra products that I may have added. And then what I like to do is I just like to start from the beginning. What I'm going to start doing is starting, like I said, at the beginning. I'm going to very, very lightly bring in the products. Now what I like to do is I like to bring in my eyebrows just a little bit closer. Right about there, not too much where it's gonna look like you have a unibrow going on, but just close enough to your likings. I mean, it's totally optional. I personally like them a little bit closer. And then I'm just going to outline the bottom. And I like to do short strokes because you can easily mess up if you do just a one whole stroke, if that makes sense. So just start slowly. And right where your hairs are, that's where you want to follow the line. Now I'm going to stop right about there. So you can right away see the difference of what outlining your eyebrows will do. You don't have to do this step. I'm going to show you another little trick to get that perfect line underneath your eyebrows. But this is what I personally like to do. What I like to do next is I take my BH Cosmetics Flawless Brow Trio, and this is in the color medium. I bought this a while ago and this has become my go-to. I really, really love this trio. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of the products. Now, another quick tip is that if you don't want to splurge on the Anastasia pomade, because these are pretty expensive, which you do get a lot of products for it, but $22, come on. So what I noticed is that with this palette or this little trio, you get also a little gel formula on here. And it's pretty much the exact same thing, except this one is a lot lighter. And honestly, the formula is the same. It's the same consistency. The only difference is that the pomade, it really stays on your brows for a very, very long time, versus this, it is a lot creamier, so it'll tend to kind of slide around. But I have a trick for making it stay all day long. So yeah, this is a pretty inexpensive little trio. I believe I paid about $4 or $3 for it. Okay, so then what I do is I take my middle shade, which is this one right there, and I'll just dip in with that same brush. And very lightly, again, you want to have a very light hand when it comes to your brows. I'm going to start right about here. And I'm just going to be mimicking the way my hair goes, and it kind of goes this way. So I am going to start filling in the brows. From the beginning, you want it to go from lightest to darkest. So I am just going to start building my color slowly. And then when it comes to the arch, it's, again, totally optional, and it's your preference whether you like it a big arch or if you like them a little bit more round. I've kind of been going for the more rounded version of my eyebrows, but it's, again, totally up to you. Once I hit or once I go right about here, I like to switch the colors, and I'll go into the darkest one, and then I'll just continue to fill in my eyebrows. And then another thing is, because I don't, if you notice the tail, which is the end tail of your brow, if you don't have it as thick, or if it's really thin, you can always play with it and make it a lot thicker. Mine is pretty small, I mean, it's pretty thin, so I do like it a little bit thicker. So what I do is, again, with that dark color, I fill in first. I hope you guys can see okay. I fill in first where I do have hair, and then slowly I just kind of fill in you know, places where I want a little bit more thickness. So it'll look something like that. Now I just quickly clean off my brush because I don't have, or I don't want a lot of products at the beginning again. And what I like to do is I just like to bring the product that's in here and just kind of pull it up, because that's going to give me the most natural looking brow. So just kind of pull it up with the product that you had, and you want to do it in the upstrokes because hair from here tends to grow upwards. So this is what I like to do, and that is my finished eyebrow. Now what I like to do is I like to go back with my spoolie, and I like to just comb out everything. That way there's not too many like harsh colors or harsh strokes of lines or anything like that that makes our eyebrows look unnatural. So just take your spoolie and comb through your brows, because sometimes you'll miss a spot and then you just want to make sure that's, you know, you go back and fix that. So that is pretty much how I like my eyebrows to look. Now another thing that I like to do is I like to apply a brow gel. A brow gel is just going to let your eyebrows stay on all day without them fading away or anything like that. I also use the Anastasia clear brow gel, and I think this is in the color Espresso, so it's a little bit lighter than the pomade, and the reason for that is because I don't want super dark brows. I mean, that's okay if you like dark brows. I personally like a little bit lighter than my hair. And this is what it looks like, so it's just a little bit tinted. And I just lightly, I don't like to apply too much product, but I'll just run it through my brows. And they'll kind of stay like this pretty much for the whole day that you're wearing makeup. I absolutely love this product. Again, this is kind of pricey. Another thing that you can also do if you don't want to splurge on this brow gel, you can buy those mascaras that they sell at the local drugstore, and it's just that clear mascara. It's pretty much like a gel, but for your face, and you can just apply it on your brows and you're good to go. I'm just going to fill in my other brow and then we will be done. Oh, this mirror is dirty. So again, just start right about there. Now, excuse me. If you can see, or if you can tell, right here, I don't have very much hair. I don't know what I did to my brows. I think I must have accidentally cut too much, because sometimes like I'll trim my brows because the hair gets a little crazy. And I think I might have cut a little too much there. So there's little bald spots. But that's why we use this, so nobody can tell. So there, I just go in and see, it automatically covers it. Now the very last thing that I like to do is I like to just clean up the underneath my brows. And as always, I use my NYX eyeshadow base and the color Skin Tone. You don't have to use this. You can use a concealer, you can use your foundation, just anything that you have handy, and a little synthetic brush. And I just like to take it like this, and then on the back of my hand I'll just wipe off any excess products, and then I'll just kind of go in underneath my eyebrows. And just kind of clean up any little mess or any mistakes that I might have made.
You won't even be able to see, you know, your eyebrows, like the extra little hair.
So there you have it. That is how I am currently filling in my eyebrows. I hope it helps some of you try to figure out how to fill in your eyebrows. I know that we don't have the same eyebrows, but maybe some techniques might help you in getting thicker brows, just because they are so in right now. I personally am loving the thick brows going on. So thank you so much for tuning in into my channel today and checking out my videos. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!